Easiest way to look at this, application much smaller, blending it naturally is going to just get bigger, if that's the best way to look at it. But welcome back to my YouTube channel, which is all about educational beauty. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to apply and blend liquid eyeshadow. Now, I'm going to be showing you exactly how you apply it, exactly how easy it is to blend it, and you guys are going to be complete masters of this technique. Now, if you do like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you don't miss any of my future videos. I'm also on Instagram, so please do come say hi there too if you want to watch some reels, some behind the scenes stuff, and also some unboxing. Now let's head straight into the video. I've been pretty excited about using this product because I picked it up when I went to New York and I am just so excited about using it. So yeah, anyway, it's a liquid eyeshadow and it's from Patrick Starrr, so it's one size. And I tried it on in the Sephora store when I went there on my hand. I was like, wow, this color is amazing. It would suit my skin tone so much. And it just seemed like it blended really, really well. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about trying this on and creating this look because it's the type of look that I love. I'm going to be showing you how you can apply this cream liquid eyeshadow and also blend it, because a lot of people tend to stay away from this and I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's kind of like scary, I guess, when you're not used to makeup and different textures. But most of the people I speak to when it comes to my clients, they always say to me, I don't know how, I just stay away from like liquid or cream eyeshadows. I don't know how to use them. But honestly, they are much better than powder eyeshadows. I can't begin to tell you. And once you start using it, you will probably very rarely use a powder eyeshadow. It's just much easier when it comes to blending. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be applying it first. It does depend on the type of texture that you're using and the type of application that you have. So for example, some cream eyeshadows will come in a pot, so you have to use your finger or you can use a brush to apply it. And some of them have like a kind of felt tip like this one here. So this color is actually called Open to All and it's the One Size Matte Eye Popper. It's a smoothing, creamy eyeshadow. Genuinely, I can't wait to try this and I actually can't wait to see how this kind of like looks later on in the day too. Okay, this eyeshadow goes a long way, so you really only need to apply a small amount, and that usually is the case with liquid or cream eyeshadows, more so liquid eyeshadows. So I'm going to be using my Sigma E42 brush. So I've got that ready because it's like a really nice small, almost like tapered blending brush, and it fits in nice into the crease but not too big that it spreads the color out too much. Now what we're going to be doing is applying it all over the lid. Now I've got to be a little bit careful because I do have lash extensions on, so I don't want to kind of like cover them or anything, but I'm going to go very close to my lash line and the brush should kind of like blend it all in. So we're going to apply this, just kind of like paint this on. Wow, this color is so nice. I'm making sure that there isn't too much on this brush, on this applicator, by the way. So I'm kind of like smoothing over whatever's there. Just kind of create a semicircle, kind of rough. You don't need to be so precise with it. Now we're going to go in with this brush and we're just kind of like pressing and kind of dragging the color wherever we kind of need it. Now we're going to take this into the socket area. We are going to go in with a slightly bigger brush in a bit, but initially I just don't want to take this product out too much. See how a little goes a long way? Even though that looked like it was a lot, it was quite a kind of transparent layer. And we're kind of pressing and flicking to really kind of create that lift there. So it's coming out towards the temples. And by this point, because we've kind of like touched most of the product, it's dried up already. So it's just the kind of like edges that we're managing to kind of like spread out now. You really want to focus on the edges first because that will dry up, and if you don't kind of start blending it, then it's going to end up drying up pretty quick and just leaving a line there. So okay, as you can see, we've got a really nice kind of blended finish to the edge. See how easy that was? And that's just one layer. Now you can go in with another layer. So I just nearly dropped it. We are gonna go in with another layer. So what we're gonna do is we're not focusing on really covering the lid now. This is just kind of like for pigment, really. And now this is where we can go in with a slightly bigger brush. I'm going to use my Sigma E45 brush. It's a bit bigger. We've done that main kind of like blending. And now I'm just going in very small kind of movements. I always take the excess off on the back of my hand because you don't want to, just in case you've got extra product on the brush that you really don't need. See how we've gone over the crease slightly, but when we applied it below the crease. So like it didn't actually go up into the crease with the application. So what I really want you to remember is that your application should be a lot smaller than what you intend for it to look like at the end. So with your blending, that's where we're going to spread it out slightly. Easiest way to look at this, application much smaller, blending it naturally is going to just get bigger, if that's the best way to look at it. But so what I want you to remember is your application, it must be a lot smaller than what you want it to end up. And then when you start blending, it's naturally going to increase in size, right? So you're starting off with something very small, and that's when you first apply it. And then when we move over to blending, that's going to naturally kind of make it a lot bigger. So you got to remember that, because sometimes what happens is a mistake that a lot of people make is they go all in with that application and try to blend all at the same time. Sometimes it works if you're a pro, but if you're not, it can be a little bit difficult, and it can, because you're not breaking it up in your mind, it can seem a bit like what's going on here, it just didn't work. So I just want you to break things up so into small sections so that you understand that by breaking it up into small parts, you're going to end up with the result that you really, really want. So just remember, small, and then you're naturally going to increase in size when you start blending. See how nice that looks? Like, it's just so nice. This color is amazing. I love it. Okay, so we can go in, I think, with just a little bit more. You can initially go in with a lot more if you want, but I wanted to just keep it small so that you guys can get this transparent kind of shade as well, as opposed to just going in with that bold color. At least this way you can see that, you know, it's not going to necessarily end up immediately with a kind of strong pigment. You can choose what intensity you want. If you feel pretty confident with your brushes, then you could kind of go in initially with that big brush that we are using now, and you don't kind of, oh, got a lash that's come off there, and you don't need to use a small brush, but I really wanted to show you so that you have the option, so it makes it a bit easier for you. Now what I do is I just kind of like smooth it all over. There's nothing on this brush, and this is where I'm just going to like drag it all together, make sure there are no kind of harsh edges. There you go, that's really nice. Now what I want to do is take it on the lower lash line too. So what I'm going to do is make sure there's nothing, like not too much on this, and we're just going to like apply it very close to our lash line, just roughly. Go in with that small brush, which is my E42, and basically just go side to side. You see how I didn't actually apply it very close to my inner corner, because it's naturally going to spread there anyway. Again, same principle as what we were doing before, which is start small and it's gradually going to increase in size when you start blending. Guys, I'm obsessed with this. Next time I go, I'm going to pick up every colour. I love it. I wonder if they deliver here. Or Patrick Starrr could just put me on his press list, because that would be amazing. And then I can show you like different colours. If you're watching, I doubt you are, but if you are, please, that would be great. Ah, oh, how nice is it? I love it. Okay, let's move on to the other eye. See how we're blending it with this small brush? See how we're just getting right in, and then now pressing and flicking before it all dries up. And to be fair, this liquid eyeshadow is probably one of the best ones that I've used in terms of drying time. Like, it doesn't dry up too quickly. It gives you that time to be able to like blend it, but it isn't also still wet, you know, like it does dry up within the right amount of time. It gives you that time to blend. Some of them just dry up so quickly, you're like, oh my God, it's like a race against time. Now that we've applied that, I want to kind of like go over with a little bit of sparkle. And this is the great thing about liquid eyeshadows, is that you can, because it's slightly tacky finish. Obviously, if you put it on when it's still a tiny bit tacky and not fully dry, then you're going to get that pigment from that sparkle come through straight away. But it really does depend on when you apply it. I'm going to go in with my Hourglass glitter eyeshadow in, I don't know, oh no, it's a scattered light glitter eyeshadow in foil. I was trying to figure out what the name is, what the shade name is. Okay, so I'm just kind of scraping a little bit out with my kind of nail. I mean, this is my own one. I don't use this on clients, so, you know, I can do what I want with it. Okay, I've put it on the back of my hand, and now this is where I'm just gonna spread it over my finger like that, and I'm just gonna press it on my lid now. Just kind of close to my lash line in the center. There you go. Oh, I love that. Get a brush. You can get any brush. I'm using the 230s Wave brush. There's nothing on here. And I'm literally just gonna touch the edges and spread it out so it's not so kind of harsh. I don't want it to look like there's just a dot of sparkle in the middle. So I do want to kind of blend it in a bit. So you just literally are going to blend the edges outwards, and it gives you the most subtle kind of almost halo look. Just spread the edges. Let's just apply a little bit of mascara to my lower lashes. This is my Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes from Charlotte Tilbury. There's so much more that you could potentially do with this whole look. Like, you could actually add a really dark kind of eyeshadow on the inner corner, like, you know, like the front section, the beginning part of the upper lid, and also the end, just to give it more depth. So there is a lot more that you can do, and you can use powder on top of this. The powder sticks really, really well to liquid eyeshadow. So there is so much more you can do with it, but I really just wanted to show you the basics of, you know, how you apply it, how you blend it. Because once you get this right, then you can start experimenting with other things. This is it. This is how you apply liquid eyeshadow and how you blend liquid eyeshadow. So as long as you understand that your application is basically creating the shape that you want to end up with, but a lot smaller, like a lot smaller. Even if you go way too small, it's fine, because it will take practice, and then you'll realize, okay, next time I can go a little bit bigger. And then you'll figure it out. You'll get to that sweet spot where it's perfect for you. So your application is a lot smaller, but the same shape you want to end up with. And then when you start blending, you're blending with brushes that don't have any product on there. And you've got to make sure that it isn't too big. The brush isn't too big, because it will start to spread the color out a lot bigger. You want to use something which is not too small, so it's not so precise. Like a pencil brush would be way too small. You want a nice tapered blending brush that fits into the socket well, but isn't too big. Yeah, so you've got to get that right. So that's why those brushes that I mentioned, they're in the link is in my description below. You've got to make sure it's something similar to them. Honestly, Sigma brushes are great. Yeah, I would highly recommend them. And plus you get your 10% off. Make sure you use my code, which is NinaUbhi10. And yeah, click on the links in the description below. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope wherever you are in the world, you're having the most productive day ever and sending you loads of good vibes. I really do hope you've enjoyed this video today. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments box below. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you soon.